chef. They say their audience, their personal chef, and they say what they specialize in, what they do, which is gluten-free diets. And their proof point is their awards. The second format, you're fine. The second format is plain and niche headline, which is simple. It just has your title and your specific benefit or focus area. I picked this example because my dad is a CPA, so this is a little bit more personal for me. But for example, CPA, specializing in family and businesses. And another good thing that this person does here is quantifying what they deal in, like the $1 to $5 million. The next format is direct to customer headline with an attention-grabbing question, who you are, who you help, and again, you always want to have your proof point. So an example of this would be, need to recharge your career? Join my free webinar on 5 things you must do before your job search. And then they have a link to their website. And the last one, which I appreciate being a CHAS major, is the creative headline, which has no formula. It's a little bit more free-flowing. You have a little bit more creativity here. An example being a copywriting artist transforming technical jargon from flat-line boring into a juicy, novel-like page-turner. So there you have a little bit more room for creativity, a little bit more room to expand who you are personally, such as your passions and interests, as well as what you intend to do professionally.
And one thing I want to highlight is the importance of headlines. When someone searches you on LinkedIn or Googles you, your picture and your headline are the first things they see, so it's kind of like your first impression. So you want to dazzle them. If you don't make a headline, LinkedIn picks a default headline for you, and that headline is student in North State University or whatever your previous role was. And this is something you definitely don't want to have. Think about if we just Google student at NC State University, there's going to be a lot of students that come up. And all we have to show for each of them is the name, the picture, and that title. So you can use any of the 4 headline criteria that Kelly mentioned in order to make yourself stand out. So next, we're going to create our own headline. I changed my headline from my usual one to student in North Carolina State University, and I need help coming up with a new one. So I'm hoping you guys can help me based on what I showcase as my experience.
So if we scroll down on her page, we see that she was an electrical engineer counselor. Maybe you want to expand a little bit on your experiences?
All right, so I did an attempt at a summary. Even though we're presented on LinkedIn, like Kelly mentioned, it's a living document. It's always updating, so you learn new things all the time and try to apply it to your profile. So mine says engineering student with leadership training, experience working on teams, and exceptional communication skills, seeking a 2017 summer internship to utilize my skills and enhance for the betterment of the company. So this is when I'm looking for a job, just in case recruiters are browsing through LinkedIn, try to find people. I can be one of the people they find. And underneath it, I have my list of experiences. I have a lot of experience working with kids, working with engineering camps and settings. I also have my career ambassador roles, giving presentations to audiences such as yourself to learn about different topics, resumes, cover letters, and in between. And I also have student and everything.
So knowing what you know about her, the fact that she has worked with younger kids in engineering camps, and the fact that she works with public speaking to teach professional development topics to audiences such as yourself, take a few minutes to, or maybe just a minute and a half, to turn to the person next to you and come up with a possible headline for her.
Also, when we do start talking about it, when you're answering, can you say your name so we can like get to put names to faces?
Remember, there's no wrong answers.
Yeah. Anything is better than student, because we're all students.
Nope. If I were, I'd buy a pint and crush the whole thing. Do they have a hazelnut going on right now?
I have no idea.
So essentially, you're trying to see like the lecture as experience. Management skills, is that?
Yeah,
Organizational skills. Yeah, I know. Maybe more of them especially when it's like maybe get for someone else and you want to
yeah, exactly.
for yourself, so you don't even know
Oh, they also
more details. And I know we kind of read through. Yeah, and like they said before, just having like a student assistant because you have 3,000 other individuals. Yeah, and then even having like a lecture engineer by itself is still the same kind of at least several thousand. So like you specify it or like not like it's not so much a headline, but still like appear the highest search list potential.
Alright, in about 30 seconds, we'll come back together and see what we have. Alright, may I have everyone's attention? Anyone want to be brave and volunteer what they came up with?
And again, there's no wrong answers.
Alright, well I will tell you what I had there an hour ago. I had aspiring electrical engineer, or like I told some of the people that I discussed with, if there's a certain job, maybe your dream job, look at the job description and try to pick out keywords from that job description and use it in your headline. Because when they're searching for people, usually the computer is looking for keywords. So the more of these action words, action keywords you can have, the likelihood like your name would come up in a search if a recruiter or someone is looking for example, a neurobiologist or an engineer or a teacher. So the more of those highlighted words you can have in your headline, the better. And like Kelly mentioned, you can use any of the formats or a combination of both.
Does anyone want to share a specific example of a headline maybe that they would use for themselves? Like because I'm an English major, I might say aspiring writer. It doesn't have to be anything super complicated. Anyone? You have any?
Like experienced leader aspiring to become an electrical engineer.
what's your name?
Beth.
Michelle? Thank you, Beth.
And this is the Amazing Kelly's headline that I pulled up. I like it. It says, enthusiastic team player and aspiring writer offering creativity and dedication. So that's the headline she made, and I really, really like it. You can see where her strengths lies, what she wants to do for the future. And again, it's not student at North Carolina University because that can be inferred from the fact that she's currently attended North Carolina State University. So this is a work in progress. It's not gonna like be the perfect headline the first time, but just keep going through it and come to the Prairie Center or ask people for help in coming up with headlines because like I said, it's the first view they see of you. You wanna sparkle whoever's looking at your profile by your headline.
Does anyone have any questions about headlines?
Or is there anything they don't really get in general about headlines?
I have a question that we had back here. We were kind of trying to figure out the distinction between a headline and that word you have underneath it. Should like a headline be a phrase or a sentence or two? Like what's the difference?
Is it between the headline and this statement here?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, we're going to get into that, so that's a very good question.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'll answer it right now anyway. Essentially, this is a summary, and it expands upon anything that you might have mentioned in your headline, so it really gives you the opportunity to showcase any technical, natural, or transferable skills that you